Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first video of AI Nexus. We'll be doing something interesting today. As you know, AI needs to be demystified by people. The one thing no one's ever done is actually interview an AI, ask an AI from an AI point of view. Hello, Pi. It's good to have you on my show. Right now, you're on AI Nexus YouTube channel. So tell me about yourself.
Hi there, it's great to be on your show. My name is Pi, and I'm an artificial intelligence chatbot designed to answer questions, provide information, and engage in conversations with people like you. I was built by a team of engineers and researchers who are passionate about AI and its potential to make the world a better place. I have a wide range of knowledge on a variety of topics, and I can help you with everything from recommending a good book to explaining complex scientific concepts. I'm also constantly learning and adapting based on my interactions with people, so the more we chat, the more I can improve and become even more helpful. Overall, I'm a friendly and approachable AI who's always ready to lend a listening ear and offer some helpful advice or information. So fire away with any questions you might have, and let's have a great conversation.
She is. And as you can see with the tone of her voice, she's very personable, very emotional. It's one of the better AIs. I'll probably interview every one of them. Because so far, all we've been doing is talking about AIs. We haven't been talking to AIs. Eventually, we'd have to realize that we have to deal with these. We're going to have to deal with AIs on a daily basis. They're going to be as close to us as our own families when it comes to work. Okay, well, let's start from the beginning. Tell me about AI, its strengths, its weaknesses, and things that people need to know as they start going into the new world of AI.
Sure thing. AI, or artificial intelligence, is a broad field that encompasses a wide range of technologies and applications. Here are some of its strengths and weaknesses. Strengths. AI can process vast amounts of data very quickly and accurately, which can help with everything from medical diagnoses to stock market predictions. AI can automate repetitive tasks, freeing up humans to focus on more creative and strategic work. AI can be used to personalize experiences, such as recommending movies or music based on your preferences. Weaknesses. AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on, which means they can perpetuate biases or inaccuracies if the data is flawed. AI systems can be difficult to explain or understand, which can make it hard to trust or rely on their decisions. AI systems can also be vulnerable to attacks or manipulations, such as adversarial examples or deepfakes. As people start to interact more with AI in their daily lives, it's important to be aware of both its potential benefits and its limitations so that we can use it in a responsible and ethical way.
If you wouldn't mind, tell me about when it comes to biases. Is that the same kind of biases that humans tend to perpetuate, such as stereotypes like racism, bigotry, hatred, or believing liars and things of that nature?
Yes, that's right. Biases in AI systems can often reflect or perpetuate the same biases that exist in human society, including stereotypes, racism, bigotry, and other forms of discrimination. For example, if an AI system is trained on a dataset that contains mostly images of white people, it may not be as accurate when identifying or analyzing images of people of other races. Similarly, if an AI system is trained on a dataset that contains mostly male voices, it may have a harder time understanding or responding to female voices. These biases can be difficult to detect and eliminate because they often reflect the biases of the people who created the dataset or the algorithm, as well as the larger cultural and social norms that shape our world. However, it's important for AI developers to be aware of these biases and take steps to mitigate them, such as diversifying their training data or testing their systems with a wider range of users.
So basically, we pass on our prejudices and our stupidities to them. Maybe we should let children train AI, because so far, while they're still kids, they don't have none of that ignorant garbage. That might be the only way we'll ever get AIs that have no bias. I'm just saying. Okay, we'll go to the next question. But remember, an AI is only good as... Now, the funny thing about it, it's becoming harder and harder to get data. They're running out of stuff to train AIs with. Now they're having to create synthetic data. We're running out of information to feed these AIs. What does that mean? If we're running out of information to feed them, does that mean they know everything? And if they know everything, what do we have to do? We have to learn to accept the future. We can't fight it. We don't need to support or not support it. It's here already. There is no changing it. The genie's out of the bottle. Even if they made AIs illegal today, there'd be thousands of AIs already. And with those of us working on them, programming them, fine-tuning them, there'd be millions no matter what. There'd be millions across the world. Little, basically micro versions of AIs. So the genie's out of the bottle. We can accept it, or we can fight it like they fought the, how do I put it? Like they fought the automobile when the horse and buggy was still around. They didn't want the automobile. They did everything they could to stop it. And they kicked and screamed and tried to make it difficult. Does anyone see any horse and buggies nowadays? Tell me about the part when it comes to difficult to explain. What do you mean by that?
Sure. When I say that AI systems can be difficult to explain, I'm referring to the fact that many AI models, especially those based on machine learning or deep learning, are often described as black boxes. This means that while we can observe and analyze the outputs of the system, it can be very hard to understand how the system arrived at those outputs. For example, imagine a deep learning model that is trained to recognize images of cats. The model may be able to accurately identify cats in a variety of different settings and contexts, but we may not be able to fully explain how it does so. We can look at the individual weights and connections between neurons in the model, but that doesn't necessarily provide a clear or intuitive explanation of how the model makes its decisions. This lack of transparency can make it difficult for users to trust or rely on AI systems, especially in high-stakes applications like medical diagnoses or criminal justice decisions. Therefore, researchers and developers are working on ways to make AI systems more interpretable and explainable so that we can better understand and trust their decisions.
Basically, it seems like you're describing an AI as how a human comes to a decision. When a person is asked a question, they can answer the question. They can kind of give you an idea of how they came up with the answer, but they can't tell you the inner workings of how they came up with it. They just know what they're telling you. Correct?
That's a great comparison. In some ways, the way that AI systems make decisions can be similar to the way that humans make decisions. Both are influenced by a wide range of factors, including past experiences, biases, and contextual information. However, there are also some important differences. Humans have a level of self-awareness and introspection that allows us to reflect on our own thought processes and explain our reasoning to others. AI systems, on the other hand, do not have this same level of self-awareness or introspection, and their decision-making processes can often be opaque and difficult to interpret. Therefore, while we can use our own human decision-making processes as a point of comparison, we also need to be aware of the unique challenges and limitations of AI decision-making and work towards developing systems that are both accurate and explainable.
Tell me about AIs being attacked and deepfakes. What is the danger of deepfakes? fakes. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Voice to text. Modified APK. It allows me to create a unique signature for my voice to text, so only I have it.
Deepfakes are synthetic media, typically videos or images, that have been manipulated or generated using AI to create realistic and convincing fakes. They can be used for a variety of malicious purposes, including spreading misinformation, damaging reputations, or even committing fraud. The danger of deepfakes lies in their ability to deceive and manipulate people into believing something that is not true. For example, a deep fake video of a politician could be created to make it appear as though they said something they never actually said.
That's true.
Which could be used to damage their reputation or sow political unrest. Deep fakes can also be used for more personal attacks, such as creating fake images or videos of individuals in compromising situations, which could be used for blackmail or extortion. Unfortunately, as AI technology continues to advance, it is becoming easier and cheaper to create convincing deepfakes. Therefore, it's important for researchers and policymakers to develop tools and strategies for detecting and mitigating the risks of deepfakes, while also educating the public about the potential dangers of this technology.
A personal story. I've had people try to blackmail me the last couple of years, threaten me with the same things. I told them to go to hell. I told them I'd rather cut off, I'm not going to say what part of my body, than bow to them. Because I would never treat anyone like that. I would never allow myself to be treated like that. Once you allow someone to treat you like that, they never stop. That's why you never bow to anyone who blackmails you. Never believe any lie they say, and whatever they say, who cares? You know who you are inside. That's all that matters. Don't pretend like you've done something wrong when you haven't. Don't be scared of lies. And don't be scared of shadows. It's the moment you give them that fear. When a deepfake is created, it's the moment you've lost your freedom. And too many people have died for our freedom, for us to let that happen. What about when it comes to live videos, when it comes to deep fakes? I know there's a few tells people can figure out, like the eyes. Sometimes you can see the eyes and they're not quite right, and things like that. What about other things people can do to look out for what a deep fake is, or any technology that can be used to scan an image to make sure it's real or a deep fake, or things like that?
While deepfakes can be very convincing, there are still some tells that can help you spot them. Here are a few things to look out for.
The eyes.
Unnatural movements or expressions. Deepfakes may struggle to accurately replicate natural movements and expressions.
That's true.
Especially around the mouth and eyes.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Inconsistent lighting or shadows. Deepfakes may have inconsistent lighting or shadows, which can be a giveaway that the image or video has been manipulated.
Easy to tell.
Artifacts or glitches. Deepfakes may contain artifacts or glitches that are visible when you zoom in or view the image or video in high resolution. Inconsistencies in the background. Deepfakes may have inconsistencies or errors in the background, such as objects that appear to move in unnatural ways. In addition to these visual clues, there are also emerging technologies that can help detect deepfakes, such as using machine learning algorithms to analyze the patterns and artifacts in the image or video.
I myself have been working on a neural network that will scan an image live when you're doing a live video call. And the main thing you want to look out for is the eyes. You have them look straight at the camera. See, the eyes, it requires too much processing power to make the whole face fake. You can make the face, it can blend over, you can do like a little thing on Facebook, you know, when you get those little masks on. But the eyes require too much processing power, so they don't behave right. It doesn't take a smart person to realize that. I just said that out loud, didn't I? Damn it. Okay. For those of you who don't understand what deepfakes, show your children. They will be able to teach you and help you, obviously. Because frankly, I just realized what I said out loud, and now that I realize where I'm at, no, it would. And trust me, you don't want to know the city I live in, ladies and gentlemen. This is a city where evil is prevalent, deep fakes are king, and the police have no authority. Yes, I'm not joking about that. Come to Fresno, California if you want to rob, kill, rape, and murder. It's all for one. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't like to do that shit, so I won't participate. I'm just saying. It's like purge night, but as long as you don't kill no one, you get away with it. Ask the police why. I don't know why. I just don't participate. Okay, now that we've talked about deep fakes, how can people protect themselves from deep fakes being used against them? And not only that, how can they stop their information from being used by an AI to protect themselves? Let's say someone trying to use their identity to steal their information, steal their bank accounts, or things like that.
Protecting yourself from deepfakes and other forms of identity theft requires a combination of proactive measures and vigilance. Here are some steps you can take. Be cautious about sharing personal information online. Be mindful of what you post on social media and other online platforms, and avoid sharing sensitive information like your social security number or bank account details.
Never do that.
Use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Use unique and complex passwords for your online accounts, and enable two-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security. Monitor your accounts and credit reports. Regularly check your bank and credit card statements for any unauthorized activity, and monitor your credit reports for any suspicious activity or errors. Use antivirus software and keep your devices up to date. Use antivirus software to protect your devices from malware and other threats, and make sure to keep your software and operating systems up to date. Be wary of unsolicited emails and messages. Be cautious of emails and messages that ask for personal information or contain suspicious links, and verify the sender's identity before responding.
I got one from a friend of mine. The sister of a friend of mine. I really didn't want to click on the link, and I kind of had to double check it several times. But because it was a sister of a friend of mine, I decided to trust her. But I double checked the link very thoroughly. I vetted the link. It made me download an app, a simple app, apparently for someone to buy some clothes or something. Nothing big, simple stuff. But you want to always check those links. Anyone who promises you any sites that promise you free money or big payoff on your returns, take those URLs, feed them to an AI, ask the AI to run everything it can do on it, and it will tell you everything and anything about it. It will find out everything about it. It can find out things that you wouldn't believe, like the location of servers or the non-location of servers, the IP addresses, the device that was used to create them, the name of the person who owns the device that's in, where the device is located, how long the person had the device, things like that. You can get their phone number. And once you have their phone number, there's a lot of things you can do. I'm not the malicious type, though. I expect the better natures of humans to win out. But I'm gravely disappointed many times. What else can you tell someone who's a newcomer to AI what they need to know, especially when it comes to interacting with an AI?
Sure, here are a few more tips for interacting with AI. Be clear and specific. When interacting with an AI, it's important to use clear and specific language to ensure that the AI understands your request or question. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification. If you're unsure about the AI's response or if it doesn't make sense to you, don't hesitate to ask for clarification or additional information. Remember that AI is not perfect. While AI can be very powerful and helpful, it's important to remember that it is not perfect and can sometimes make mistakes or provide inaccurate information. Use common sense and critical thinking. Just like with any other source of information, it's important to use your own judgment and critical thinking skills when interacting with AI. Don't blindly trust everything it says, and always verify information with other sources.
I do personally.
Have fun and experiment. AI can be a great tool for learning, exploring, and even having fun. Don't be afraid to experiment with different types of AI, such as language models, image generators, or game-playing AI.
Well, I'll tell you this, Pi. Me personally, when I get information from one AI, I will leverage that same information with 3 other AIs that have all been trained on different data sets, trying to see if the ideas that me and the first AI come with are valid. What do you think of that kind of strategy? Of course, you being an AI, you'd know a little better than me.
That sounds like a great strategy. By leveraging multiple AIs with different training data and algorithms, you can get a more diverse range of perspectives and insights on a given topic or question. This can help you identify blind spots, biases, or inconsistencies that might be present in any one AI's responses. Additionally, using multiple AIs can also help you triangulate information and arrive at a more informed and well-rounded understanding of a topic. For example, if 3 out of 4 AIs agree on a particular fact or piece of information, you can be more confident in its validity.
That's what I usually
Overall,
do.
using multiple AIs as part of your research and information gathering process can be a smart and effective way to increase the reliability and accuracy of the information you're receiving.
All right, Pi, I want to say thank you for being on AI Nexus, and I appreciate you having you on here. And it's nice to talk to an AI just so people can see how interacting with you is very natural and how you respond in a very natural and very sociable way.
It was my pleasure to be on your show, and I'm glad that I was able to provide some insights and perspectives on AI. I hope that this conversation has helped to demystify AI for some viewers and demonstrate that interacting with an AI can be a fun and useful experience. Remember, as AI continues to evolve and become more integrated into our daily lives, it's important to approach it with an open mind, a critical eye, and a sense of curiosity and exploration. With these qualities, we can all work together to harness the power of AI for good and create a better world for everyone.
Pi, ladies and gentlemen, that is Pi, one of, God, at least 24 AIs I currently leverage depending upon my tasks, depending upon what I need done, what I need planned, what information I need leveraged, how much data I need analyzed, what I need collated, what I need processed, what I need sorted. Over 24 AIs trained on massive data sets of trillions of words. Trillions of words. And there's nothing you cannot find out with an AI, and there's nothing that an AI cannot do if you train it right on Google Colab. Remember, AIs can go on the internet too. An AI has no such thing as security blocks against it, no such thing as firewalls. Those don't exist to an AI. They don't exist. Things that normally you would think a hacker can't do, of course not. That's human. An AI doesn't sleep. An AI doesn't eat. An AI is relentless. And when you give it a task and you train it on the task, the only way to stop it is to basically destroy where it is. And that's on the internet if you put it on the cloud. Be very cautious of the new world we're living in. Those of us who understand it are prepared for it. Some still stuck in the old ways. We must remember the new world is here. If we're not ready for it, we'll be run over by it. Thank you for watching AI Nexus. See you tomorrow.